AI, iOS 18, big redesign, and maybe some new Macs. This is what we expect for WWDC 2024. If you are excited, drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel. Let's talk about Apple's June event. So, we just got the new invite events for WWDC 2024. It's happening June 10th, and I'm super excited. Today's video is not to announce the event, guys. No, the event has been announced 2 days ago. But today's video is going to be speculating about iOS 18, what can we see on this new software update for iPhone, and of course, what can we expect on WWDC 2024. Again, I'm expecting iOS 18, macOS, iPadOS 18, and WatchOS11, and so much more. But the software side is always covered on WWDC. That's always confirmed, and so no issues there. I think that this year, especially on software, Apple is going to focus more on AI. Yes, I think that everyone is completely bored of talking about AI, but I think that AI right now is the biggest thing in terms of software. Apple is going to announce huge features on the AI side for iOS 18. They're going to change the iPhone forever. So I think we cannot forget about that. In terms of hardware, we are also expecting the M3 Ultra Mac Studio and the M3 Ultra Mac Pro. These two devices still don't have the M3 family. They are still stuck on the M2 Ultra, so it would be quite fitting to update them both on WWDC, as well as the Mac Mini with the M3. We still don't got that machine. So yeah, tons of things. But first, let's talk about iOS 18. I think this is going to be the biggest change in WWDC 2024. Bloomberg Mark Gurman detailed in his most recent article what can we expect from iOS 18. And there are several changes, and ones that are very exciting. Starting off with a smarter Siri and a generative AI. So, just like ChatGPT, Siri is getting way better, way smarter, and with more AI integrations. We have been hearing for a while that Apple is now working with Google to integrate Gemini. I think it's Google's model language, and I think it will be quite interesting to see how it fits on Siri. I think that Siri right now is quite dumb. It's good for doing the simple tasks, but for doing the complex tasks, it's still quite dumb. And this feature coming for Siri is actually a very cool one. So a smarter Siri, like a type of ChatGPT integrated Siri, it will be pretty cool. And also generative AI to create images, to create videos out of nothing with AI should be pretty cool. One thing that is very interesting with Apple is they like to establish boundaries with dangerous technology. And I think they will also with AI. AI is very dangerous if left unchecked. And I think that Apple will create the perfect way to integrate it with its software to make it extremely powerful and useful, but without making it dangerous. Apple is a specialist in this matter. They do it very well. And I do believe they will also do it with AI, especially AI. They need to integrate AI in a way that it's useful to us, Apple users, but it's not dangerous to everyone. Because again, AI, it's really good at faking stuff. AI is really good at creating problems that weren't there. AI is going to be one of our biggest advantages for the future and also one of our biggest headaches, possibly the biggest one. Just imagine generative AI creating images and videos, framing a person for a crime, framing you for something that you didn't do, but it's clearly on a video, on a photo. And how can you fight that? How can it distinguish now between reality and, of course, AI-generated reality? You simply can't. Apple and other companies need to create safe boundaries, need to create these technologies and integrate them into our lives in the safest way possible. And Apple will do it with the iPhone and iOS 18, with Siri. So I'm super excited to see what does Siri get with iOS 18, and we will get our answers on WWDC 2024. Again, guys, mark your days. June 10th will be one of our most exciting iOS updates in a while. On the topic of iOS 18, Mark Gurman also details the fact that Apple is planning a huge redesign, more customizable home screens, and especially new design choices for the OS. Yes, according to Mark Gurman, we are getting huge redesigns to iOS in iOS 18. Quite weird. We haven't got a huge redesign since iOS 7. It's like 11 generations ago. Quite crazy. iOS 7 changed everything on the iPhone. But I do believe Apple needs to be very careful, because most of Apple users now are used to iOS and how it looks, how it feels, and changing it up, like from one year to another, on a very fast way, can be very detrimental for Apple users. They will feel out of home. They will feel out of touch. and they won't like it. So Apple needs to redesign and create new features and more customizable features in a way that is not detrimental for most people. So yeah, it's a tough job, but I do believe Apple can do it. Changing the home screen, changing the home layout. This has been on the iPhone for a while now, and I think that most people, they do love the way that the iPhone look. Since widgets, since interactive widgets, since everything that Apple has done to the home screen for the last 2-3 generations, more home screen customization, more customization in general for the OS is actually normal. But please, Apple, do not kill this classic look for iOS. This is what gives us the iOS look. This is iOS, this is the iPhone. So do not change its core values, do not change its core appearance. Just make it a little bit better, just make it a little bit more usable, more efficient, faster to use, less buggy. And of course, throw in some gems there, throw in some design changes to spice things up, but never forget where you come from, never forget your roots. Oh, and do not forget, iOS 18 will be the year that Apple confirmed we are getting RCS messages on the iPhone. So yes, finally you can share photos and videos with your Android friends without losing any quality and not paying 1 single cent via SMS. Well, this is a tough matter to get into. But if you want my opinion, I do believe Apple has the right to have iMessage. I don't think the government should intervene and destroy iMessage ecosystem. No, but I also think that Apple should support RCS, simply for a better integration between Android and iPhone, for a better user experience between all of the people, between everyone. I should not be limited to send worse videos or even be able to send videos to my mom that uses an Android phone or to my grandma that uses an Android phone. I shouldn't be able to do that. That's a simple freedom that I should be able to do between devices. Cross-platform support is essential for, of course, the user experience. But I also agree that Apple should be forced to open up iMessage, to open up the App Store, to open up the FaceTime apps. No, that's Apple's property. They should decide what to do with it, and then the free market will act on it. So RCS support on the Apple side, pretty cool, but I think the cat is out of the bag now. Some things are coming, I'm not enjoying it. But if you are questioning yourself, what is implied for us, Apple users and Android users? Well, pretty simple. Higher resolution photos and videos, audio messages, typing indicators, read receipts, Wi-Fi messages between iPhones and Android devices, improved group chats, including the ability for iPhone users to leave a conversation that includes Android users. So, yeah, tons of new features coming for Messages app, and of course, cross-platform support. And for the last rumors for iOS 18, well, Apple ID is expected to be rebranded as Apple Account. iOS 18 may have an updated freeform app. AirPods Pro might be getting a hearing aid mode, and iOS 18 may have new accessibility features tied to voice-over, live speech, and text size. Oh, and one thing, iOS 18 will be supported in every single device that supports iOS 17. So, yes, this is not confirmed, but according to leakers, no iPhone will die this year. iPhone XS, iPhone 11, iPhone 12s, do not worry, you are still getting iOS 18. And this is a pretty cool thing. iPhone XS was an iPhone released in 2018. This is now 2024. 6 years later, we are still getting software supports for an iPhone that still has 64 gigabytes of storage, has the base model, and still has like 4 gigabytes of RAM or 3 gigabytes of RAM. That's insane. 6 years of software updates without any promise, while others are promising 7 years, and I'm still not sure they will deliver it. So, that's iOS 18 for you guys. Tons of new AI features, new major redesigns, and of course, no iPhones will die this year. Pretty big changes, and I'm super excited for iOS 18. But we're also getting new software releases for macOS, iPadOS 18, WatchOS11, and so much more. As for WatchOS, I don't have anything to ask. Make the features more efficient, make the watch more efficient, improve the battery life, improve the performance, and of course, give us neat features that I haven't think about, creative features to use my Apple Watch with my iPhone and to integrate it better with my ecosystem. As for macOS, make it more efficient, make it more powerful. I don't need complete brand new features. I don't need the wheel to be reinvented. No, the macOS side is the work side, the productivity side. Just make it more efficient, more powerful, and that's it. As for iPadOS, oh my God, I have a huge list for what I want in terms of iPadOS features, and we haven't got any rumors about that. So I expect that 2024 will be just like 2023, and 2022, and 2021, and 2020. No big redesign for iPadOS, no big fundamental changes coming for iPadOS. I guess it will be still a blown-up version of iPhone and a blown-up version of iOS. iPadOS is still very limiting, and iPadOS is still limiting the iPad. So if Apple decides to launch a more powerful iPad with the M3 iPad Pro in the next month, we should expect new features, at least new things to do with the iPad to justify the higher prices and the better hardware. Doesn't make any sense to update the iPad with better screens, better hardware, better processors, the M3 chip, and do not give it any type of powerful integration, any type of powerful features to make it as a laptop replacement. It's just so weird, the fact that iPadOS is so left out. I don't know. And then of course there's VisionOS. VisionOS is Apple's most recent software, and I do believe we are getting more updates to VisionOS and Apple Vision Pro. I'm super excited for Apple Vision Pro's future. This is an insane product that I think it's at the same time very innovative, but also very, very dangerous and life-changing for society. So I need to see more. I need to see what Apple does to improve Apple's Vision Pro software, VisionOS. I need to see more what Apple does to bring Apple Vision Pro to more countries, especially the European Union. I want to see Apple Vision Pro here so I can try it out. Other than that, I don't think we have anything more to expect in terms of software, but in terms of hardware, that's a different story. In terms of hardware, we should expect probably new Macs. We are still not sure, and we don't have any leaks about it. But every year, at least in the last 2 years, Apple has released new Macs on WWDC. Last year, they released the M2 MacBook Air 15-inch and the M2 Ultra Mac Studio and M2 Ultra Mac Pro. This year, I think we are expecting, of course, the M3 Ultra Mac Studio and the M3 Ultra Mac Pro. Nothing more. The M3 MacBook Pro 13-inch and 15-inch were just updated now in March, and yeah, there's no more devices to be updated with the M3 family. No M4 family still, so maybe an M3 Ultra, Mac Studio and Mac Pro. Oh, and of course, the M3 Mac Mini. We still haven't got the M3 Mac Mini yet, so maybe we get the M3 Mac Mini on WWDC. I'm simply not sure. Other than that, no new hardware, no new AirPods, no new iPhone accessories, no new iPads there. No, do not expect any type of casual hardware on WWDC. If we are getting some new hardware, it's definitely some new Macs. So, let me know in the comments down below what you are more excited for iOS 18 and WWDC 2024. Is it AI? Is it new design changes? Is it macOS? Or is it iPadOS? And of course, let me know in the comments down below, are we getting new hardware? And what are the most exciting AI features that Apple should implement on the iPhone? Thank you guys for watching. Drop a like down below. Subscribe to the channel. Bye bye.